Once you get into water, you never get out.
My friends actually asked me why I do this. And I don't know who said it, but I guess I drank the Kool-Aid because it looks like I'm in it for the long haul.
Southwestern Water Conservation District is one of 4 conservation districts that were formed by the General Assembly and has been very involved in creative water solutions for the whole area, as well as water policy and water management, both in the past and into the future.
This basin is unique in that we have 9 rivers that exit the state of Colorado. A lot of them to the south, New Mexico, and then there's the Dolores and San Miguel that go directly into the Colorado. Those first 20 years, everything that was focused on, everything that was discussed was storage, storage, storage. Southwest, as in many cases throughout our area, obtained the water rights.
We live in a very diverse community here in Southwest Colorado because we do have 2 sovereign nations, the Southern Ute Indian Tribe and Ute Mountain Tribe.
They could see that whether it was the Dolores or the Animas La Plata, that was the answer to their long-term, year-round water need. When I first got on the Southwest board, most of Southwest's resources were spent on the Animas La Plata project because opposition had formed. It was going to be a big supplemental irrigation project to the La Plata Basin. And as it turned out, it was downsized twice, and so now it's just a municipal and an industrial project for not only towns in our area, but in New Mexico. People began to say to me, well, what does Southwest do except Animas La Plata? On my own, I went back and began looking at minutes and picked out all of the things we addressed in the last 30 years. You began seeing water quality, environmental issues, in-stream flows, infrastructure besides storage. Those kind of things began to come into the discussions.
As Colorado has changed over time and people's values and interests have changed, so too has the district's funding changed to support those areas as well. Regulations have been established to protect environmental rights, and recreational use has become a big part of the economy. Beyond just the grant program, we also support water supply augmentation through weather modification, federal and state stream gauging, and water quality testing in area reservoirs. All of these serve as additional sources of data for local constituents.
We have quite a public outreach, various programs. One of those is the Children's Water Festival that Southwestern Water Conservation District formed and has sponsored now for 21 years. There's around 700 fifth grade students that are being educated about water issues with over 100 volunteers from the community. We also have a seminar, one of the oldest water seminars in the state, but that has grown over time.
We had so many new people moving into Southwest Colorado from other states. Southwest started the Water Information Program. We felt it would be useful to not only to people that moved in, but also to realtors and others who got involved in development to have a better understanding of what the law is and how to work with it.
The issue of water is not getting any less important to the people we live with.
We're all tied together by plumbing in some way, shape, or form.
Anything that happens on the Colorado River, whether it is a trans-mountain diversion to Denver or additional storage, affects us. Certainly we would be involved in the management of the Colorado River.
The Southwest District believes it's very important to be involved in the legislative process. We work very closely with state agencies, including Colorado Water Conservation Board on interstate compact issues and the Colorado Division of Water Resources. We're very involved in statewide water issues and Southwestern regional issues. One of the challenges is how we find that balance to provide water supplies, both consumptive use and non-consumptive needs.
The state legislature changed the water law in 2001 and allowed for what we call a recreation in-channel diversion. The radar went off on everybody in the water world because it had the possible effect of limiting future uses upstream of Durango. Instead of going to court, we actually hammered out a future water use that's senior to the recreational in-stream use here. We're able to transfer water to people that need it in the valley, and rafters and kayakers come through on a daily basis in the summer.
We work to try to help the different interests work together and understand that they're all part of the same family. I think the future is about partnerships. The Animas stakeholders includes anybody that wants to be at the table, working to improve water quality in Upper Animas River Basin, primarily from legacy mining issues. We support that through participation in operational engagement stations at Silverton. Those are critical to being able to calculate what the metal loads are and to determine what progress is being made.
There's been a lot of pieces that have been put into place over time in this state that have allowed that access to good, clean water.
I have to say that since Calculus 3 in college, water in the West has more variables and unknowns than anything.
Well, I think the opportunity is about the same as the challenges. And actually, that's part of the fun of it, I think.
What I've learned working for the district is that geographic divides like mountains can make it easy for people to forget we're here. We do offer the state a lot, and Southwestern Colorado will continue to be important as we look at broader management of the Colorado River Basin.
We are all water users. We live in a beautiful part of the state, and hopefully we continue to protect that beauty and those values.
Congratulations to the Southwestern Water Conservation District on your 75th anniversary. Thanks for everything you do for water and for this region of our state.
Doctor, this I think can be summarized a bit by saying that the growth and development of our San Juan Basin and all of the West will finally be exactly equal to the supply of our water.
At the right time and the right place with the right motives and the right tools. The brain connected to the heart.